What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the best new podcast on planet Earth, Anything Better, episode 17 with myself, Paul Virzi, Bill Burr, producer extraordinaire, Andrew Themeles, and I just want to start episode 17 by saying, go New York, go New York, go! The New York Knicks have clinched the 4 seed, giving them home court advantage in this year's playoffs for the first time since 2013. They are in the playoffs. I think it's even more years than that for the 4th seed. And Bill, I'm not going to lie to you. When they clinched it and by winning a game to get the 4th seed in home court,
Who did they beat, Paul?
Who did they beat? They beat, I don't know who they beat.
You beat us.
Yeah, but no. Yes, they did beat you at the end, but you guys weren't playing your starters. The game before that was the one that really they needed to get that game, the game before you guys, which I believe was the
we beat the Wizards last night. I thought that was the beginning of a playoff series. That's how out of the loop I am. I didn't realize that was a 1-game playoff. So
yeah, so now you guys go against my hated, I'm going to be a Celtics fan. I'm going to be a big Celtics fan next week when you guys play those fucking rats.
I can't imagine if we knocked them off, all that money that they spent. It's a really sort of disjointed team, though, so I think they are.
That's what Kenny the Jet Smith said. Kenny the Jet Smith, Barkley and Shaq were like, this is going to be easy for the Nets. And Kenny the Jet Smith goes, I don't know, man. He goes, I could see this thing. I don't know. I also liked what the coach Brad Stevens was saying. I think the Celtics are going to go in there. Dude, you guys got Tatum. You got Smart. Kemba Walker's playing really good right now. And you got Brown.
He had a huge game yesterday.
Dude,
is Jaylen Brown back? I know he was hurt. Is he back?
He was out, but I think they're just waiting for But, dude, those 4 guys, oh, God, if you pull that off, I'm going to love it. I'm going to love it.
Yeah, I don't think the thing about Brooklyn is Durant is a killer, man.
Yeah.
Much shit as he gets for piling on in Golden State and everything, that guy is a killer, man. That guy.
Oh, he's great.
He just shoots the lights out. The other guys, a little up and down. The bearded Bill Cosby looking dude just plays no defense. I don't get that guy. It's like, I'm going to score 40, but my guy's going to score 30. It's kind of like, can't you increase that gap a little more?
Wait, who's the bearded Bill Cosby?
James Harden. He looks like Bill Cosby in the 70s, when Bill Cosby had a big mustache and a beard. That's who I always think of.
I see that. That's good.
Yeah. Bill Cosby could grow a great beard and mustache. You know what I mean?
By the way, I guess we should start off this podcast. Rest in peace, Paul Mooney.
I know, my God.
Right? Comedy giant, stand-up writer, actor. So, 79 years old, and
used to write for Richard Pryor. Was on the Richard Pryor show. They did that great roast. All of those unbelievable shows he did throughout the years over Caroline's. That's how I really got to see him. Dave Chappelle introduced me to him on the Chappelle show. I got to know him then, and he always just seemed like he was having such a good time too when he was doing stand up and messing with people,
One thing I remember is he did a show. I don't know if it was a Dangerfield thing. He did a showcase that was on HBO or TV that I saw. I think Dice was on it. And when he got on stage, there was a lot of heckling and yelling, and he got into it with somebody, and then there were no jokes. And the way he handled it, he goes, you got to just stop and have respect. And the guy goes, no, I don't. He goes, well, you have to. You have to have respect. And he just he's one of the first comedians that I ever seen just make it not be a show or funny and actually really just talk to somebody from the stage going, well, you have to have respect. I'll never forget that. It was a rowdy, hard crowd. And then he just went into his thing, but he handled it.
I got a good one for you. Joey Yannetti sent me this. Great comic. I first worked with him in Boston. He sent me this. Here's his Paul Mooney story. This is from Joey Yannetti. All right, Joe Yannetti. Here we go. One time at Dangerfields, this lady came up to him and was questioning something he had said about white women. he just looked at her and said something like, "You're obviously fucking a black man and your husband has no idea." He goes, "I was a bit shocked and had no idea why he said that. Then even more shocked and amazed that it was so obvious that he was correct because she just was horrified and slinked away. It amazed me and I must have said, 'How the fuck?' Like, how did you know?" too many times. And he just smiled as if to say, because that happens after every show. He used to, like, Caroline's was in like the perfect place for him, where it was when it was really became like a touristy place. So these people would just come walking in, they drag him in from Times Square on those, middle of the week shows. And he would come in and just have a ball with them. And like every time I would see that guy on stage, I felt like half the crowd loved him and the other half of the crowd just fucking wanted to kill him. And he would just be up there dying, he'd be looking at the people that weren't liking him, smile at the people that were, and then just like point at him and start laughing. I always felt like there was, I don't know, as much as he was like really heavy, the stuff he taught, there was a joy to his act when he was doing it. He would talk about some really, really like horrible shit that white people did to black people, but he could do it in this way and smile afterwards. He really was he was a master, man.
Yeah, like it seems like he was almost like an educator, but in a humor type of way. He would like drop these like kind of heavy things. And like I've heard stories of him saying stuff where it didn't go so well, where he would just be up there fucking giving a history class, but like he did it in a humorous way and he did it for him. Good for him, man. That's the shit.
Yeah. He had a good run, man. He was like 80, 81. That's a good number, though. At least it isn't another comic dying too young,
No, I think they said like 79.
That's right. He would have been 80 in August.
Where's he from? Like, where's he originally from?
I have no idea. I just always knew him. Like, Patrice was the one going. He used to write for Richard Pryor. Like, really goes, yeah, all those albums that he listened to, like he was throwing him tags and all of this stuff. And so I think the first time I might have saw him, I was with Patrice, going down Caroline's and all of that. But
I just saw a story. Bennington, the great Ron Bennington, had him on his Unmasked in 2009, and they just posted a clip where he said Richard came in the Comedy Store like after he was sick and he was all nervous and paranoid. He goes, "Man, I don't know if I'm gonna go up there. I don't know if I could go up there." And Paul Mooney goes, "Dude, what's wrong with you, man? What the fuck is like, what's wrong with you?" And he goes, "The drugs were making him paranoid." He goes, "I don't know if I can go up there." And he said, I just looked at him. I said, "Richard, you're acting like a prostitute who's afraid to turn a trick." And he said that Richard just started immediately laughing and was totally cool with it again. So yeah, man, it's I couldn't imagine that. What's that?
He was born in Louisiana and moved to Oakland when he was 7.
Okay, Louisiana. Yeah.
Eddie Murphy told that great Paul Mooney story on John Witherspoon, Paul Mooney story on
yes,
on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes. I remember that. And Paul Mooney made.
"Fuck you, Eddie Murphy, and fuck you too, white man. If I had a gun, I'd shoot you both." And he turned around and walked away.
Oh, Eddie made them apologize. That's right. That's right.
No, Richard made them apologize to Eddie, I think.
Oh, right.
Richard watch it on Jimmy Kimmel. We'll end up screwing it up if we do. So
yeah, we're like, no, Gilbert Gottfried said.
Yeah.
He was on Seth Meyers too.
Oh, it was Seth Meyers. Maybe he said it on Seth Meyers.
Yeah.
I think it was Seth Meyers.
Yeah.
We're fucking this whole thing up. Rest in peace, Paul Mooney. Sorry, we're forgetting where the hell you told all these great stories, or whoever told the great stories.
And rest in peace, John Witherspoon. That was a while ago, but I got to work with him, and he was great. He was an old Detroit guy who used to work in the car factory. So it's just amazing, like that class and those legends, like what the nights that they had, because I think about the nights that we all have with the sticks and the doing this and the doing that, and the stories are fucking amazing, man. But it's nice when they
someday we'll be 80 and we'll be dead. I don't want to do this. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I know like 60 comedians that are dead. I'm like, at what point is it going to be me?
No.
Oh, that'll never happen to you. You're immortal.
Yeah.
Your dick jokes will go on forever, kid.
Oh, look. Get up, you son of
Hey,
a bitch.
Paul, the Knicks are the 4th seed in the playoffs, so you know anything's possible.
Listen, I think we're going to shock the world, Bill. I think this is what I think.
Well, you're going to shock the world doing what?
I think we're going to shock the world by going really much deeper in this thing than people think.
All right. First of all, the world is not worried about what the Knicks are doing. We always got to reel in what you say, Paul. You're also the 4th seed with a great defense. Now, historically speaking, the Knicks shouldn't be there, but the way you played is exactly where the fuck you should be. So let's stop with this Muhammad Ali like you're playing fucking George Foreman here.
No, you're wrong.
We shook up the world. We went to the second round of the NBA playoffs.
The basketball world.
Sting like a bee.
Listen to me, Bill Burr.
Out in 6 games, round 2.
The basketball world and the sporting world will get stunned. No, listen, I think with our defense.
Feel it in, Paul.
No, in all seriousness.
Went from the world, now you're the basketball world. They care in Europe, Paul.
I think the New York Knicks, with their defense, are going to have actually a rough time.
Area. The tri-state area. Halfway into Connecticut. The tri-state area.
From Madison Square Garden to George Washington Bridge.
148th Street.
All right, Washington Square.
Will be pleasantly surprised when the Knicks win this first round and go to the second round.
I'm going to say this, and I think that there could be the truth to this. I think we're going to have a little bit of a tough time against Atlanta, but pull it out because we have home court, maybe in Game 7. But then I think we may have a chance if we get through the first round to get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I can go with that. I can go with that every year in a 4th seed.
I know, but you got the 76ers and the Milwaukee Bucks and the Nets. And fucking who knows what you guys are going to do. Because you guys could fucking
all you need is one of them to fall. 2 of them play each other. I guess the 2 wouldn't play each other. You can do it, Paul. You can't do it. It's like right now, my Bruins, right? We get by the Capitals. We got the Penguins and the Islanders beating the shit out of each other right now, okay? So all we need to do is for one of those teams is going to lose, and then the other one to just drag them for 7 games, and that helps our chances.
I'm going to be watching hockey.
This is what we do. You go big, and I bring it back down. Probably a little bit too much to reality. You started that off. I think the Knicks are going to shake up the world.
Shock the sports world.
No. You said shook up the world.
Right, but that's what I mean. I know that people in Tibet
Belize
don't care.
People in Belize don't care.
Yeah, I understand.
The world watches soccer.
Yeah. Yeah, people in Vietnam are going to have the TVs on going like
because
this.
It's always annoyed me as a Celtics fan that we were sitting on 17 fucking championships, but the Madison Square Garden was still considered the mecca of basketball until I read the definition. Mm-hmm. I'm like, a mecca just means a gathering place.
Yes, like where a lot of games are played. Yes,
where people have gathered to come in and beat the Knicks. A lot of people have gathered there. Play your squad. But there's something about the way, it's a basketball mecca. There's like this thing that there's some sort of success with the Knicks. It's more of how many legends have come out of New York City and the people that go and the level of celebrity that you want to go there and play well. But it has nothing to do, Paul. I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it has nothing to do with the Knicks.
No.
Fact, if it was on the Knicks' shoulder, Paul. It was on the Knicks' shoulder. I would know the name of the Sacramento Kings arena before I would know the name of Madison Square Garden. That's a hot take. We're taking calls.
It is more about the Garden than the Knicks, 100%. And that you're right. That's why they call it the Mecca, because the Big East tournament was always there. A lot of college tournaments were there.
Championship fights.
Frank
Sinatra's comeback.
Yeah.
Fish did like 27 shows there one time, jumping on trampolines.
The set I had there when I opened for you.
The set Paul Virzi has, then the Knicks. Which set? The set in 2015 or the one in 2018? We got to know here.
Billy, when I opened for you at the Garden the first time, I said on stage, I said, it's sad when the number 12 in the Raptors was for Billy Joel. It was literally it was Billy Joel's.
Billy Joel had more impressive banners, yeah.
He had more shit than the Raptors.
I want to see the Knicks take it all because there is nothing funnier than seeing a grown man cry. And I want to see you holding that hat to your face, weeping into it in tears of joy / shame because you're worried someone's filming it.
If the Knicks won it, I wouldn't cry, but I'd be fucking wild.
Paul, you would fucking do a cartwheel, run out into your giant backyard, and get out of the light of your house so no one could see you. And you would go in there and you just see the silhouette of your shoulders. You just weeping. I want to see that. So that's one of my favorite things in sports, other than if my home team, is not going to win it. I want to see the team where the fans have been suffering the longest. Because the first time I remember seeing that was the night that vividly remember was the 94 New York Rangers, and seeing how happy the Ranger fans were. I remember watching that thinking that's what it's going to be like when the Red Sox ever win the World Series.
Yeah. You got to live that, dude. You got to live that fucking bliss. You got to live that fucking, dude. Our friend Josh Adam Myers. Oh my God. I actually had to ask him if it was serious or a joke. When the Capitals won, there's a video of him going, dude. I was like, he literally was like emotional. And I was with him.
You can't film that, man. You got to do that privately.
Josh filmed it and then put it on his social, and he was so fucking. And I said to him when we hung out, I go, dude, were you fucking around? I go, yo, were you fucking around? He goes, dude, no. He goes, no,
bro, I was totally serious. Yo, the Capitals just won the Stanley Cup. His deep voice, fucking crying. No, I still remember where I was when the Red Sox won. When was it Keith Folk? Yeah, lobbed it over to Doug Mankiewicz. I still remember that, and I just remember being like, it seemed like forever, that ball going from him into Mankiewicz's glove, and it was less like, and I just remember the Red Sox are the 2004 World Series champions. Do you believe it? And I don't even know if that was the call. That might have been the one on the radio.
Yeah.
That's the one on the radio I heard. See, that's what happens is then you watch the highlight and you think like, yeah, that happened to Burr. It didn't. And I just remembered it just was it was so much fun. Beyond watching them win was watching how happy the fans were. Just watching them being excited. And the thing about it is you only get that once. But then, you win it a few more years later, it's fucking still awesome, but it's not that, we finally did it. It's not the end of shit talking against your team. Like, I imagine St. Louis Blues fans, when they beat the Bruins, I can't imagine like when they finally, they'd been in the league since 67, never won a cup. It took them like 50 fucking years, dude. 50 years. And nowadays, because there's like 30 to 32 teams in every sport, going 50 years is pretty easy now.
Yeah,
it's pretty easy because if you get a couple, 2-3 dominant teams, they're going to take up like, a couple of decades or whatever. 4 or 5 teams can eat up a couple of decades. Now you only got 25 years to win it. Against 29 other teams, 30 other teams, it can go by a real like if you win one every 30 years, it's average. So really, you should only kind of win like 3 to 4 a century. So if you really do the math like that, for sports fans out there, you really have to appreciate. Like now that Tom Brady is gone, okay. If this kid from Alabama works out, who knows what happens? But he doesn't. Bill Belichick is 70, and here's the deal. When the fuck are we ever good again? When does that happen? When does that, like, what just happened is over? Brady Belichick is over. That'll never, you're never going to see that again. Or wait, I'm sorry. You'll have to wait. The NFL saw it in the 1950s with Paul Brown and Otto Graham, and you had to wait 50 years for it to happen again. So that just ended. So if those things stay the same, the next time that happens, dude, is in 2070, 2071, and I'll be 103 years old.
Yeah, no, dude. Listen, never say never. I don't know if you go on that run. You know, it's funny when you guys won the World Series in 04. I have an uncle that we love and respect. Great guy, successful. And I go, yeah, man. I go, that was tough, man. They beat us and then they won. And he goes, it's good for baseball. And I always was like, felt good about that. And then I realized he's a fucking Met fan and he probably hated the Yankees. So that's why he told me as a kid. But it is good. But listen,
no, it is good. It was good for baseball when the Cubs won. It was good when when Kansas City won. It was good when the Astros won. I don't give a shit about that trash can. Baseball's fucking nuts, dude. Roided up free agents on $200 million teams are not, those championships are counted. You bang on a fucking trash can to let me know a changeup's coming in home games. And then all of a sudden, like, dude, but that's like overt cheating. It's just like,
the 200
up there like the fucking Incredible Hulk.
What you said before, I agree with 100%. And I was wrong about this. I used to think, well, we have the money, we want to spend it. You know, I told you, I used to caddy at this prestigious golf course, and the guy was friends with the owner of the Baltimore Orioles. And he told me, he goes, yeah, he's just not going to spend that money. He goes, he's making money, and he's not going to spend or try to compete with Steinbrenner and them. And at the moment, I was just like, well, fuck it then. He's going to lose because we're going to pay. But I do see what the NFL has done. And if there's ever been a product that is proof and an example, it's what the NFL does, because now the Jacksonville Jaguars could be with their draft.
That's what I like about the NFL. There aren't like fans left behind. Like, you're in this market, you don't have the money to compete. So just enjoy your number one draft picks and seeing these great guys for a season or two before they leave. I think hockey's pretty good at it too, but whatever. We've discussed this before. Can I tell you my new car obsession, dude?
Yeah.
The Ford Custom 500, 1968. All right. I used to always be a Ford Galaxy guy. And the entry level one was called a Ford Custom. I think at first it was a 100, then a 300, then a 500, or something like that. So this thing was like a sleeper. It was like you get it in 2 or 4 doors. You get a manual shift, like a 4-speed. They had an overdrive option, but you could get like a sick fucking engine in there if you got like the top of the line one, but it wasn't like a Galaxy. And I was watching Dirty Harry and Callahan, Eastwood's character, was driving around on this fucking, I'm like, what the fuck is that, man? I knew the taillights. I'm like, that's a Ford. Because when I saw it in the front, it kind of looked like a Chrysler. I saw the back, so I kind of looked those things up. So then I went online and tried to find a 4-door 68
500.
They don't exist, because people held on to the Galaxies because they were like, the step up. And there it is. Look at that blue one, dude. That car right there, and you could get that fucking thing.
That's nice.
Dude, I would love to buy that thing, fix it up, and fucking find one, fix it up, and then have it click on that green one, dude. Yeah, click on that one. That one's just sold. Okay, now just get to I'll see the engine. Let's see the engine. What do they got here? What do they got this thing?
Oh, he got some nice white leather in there.
259. So there was it was a V8 engine, but you could get. I saw one that had a bigger block. It might not have been original, but dude, look at that bench seat. Look at that stick shift. I mean, how much fucking fun would that thing to be able to drive that thing around?
Look how simple inside. It's amazing.
I know. The only thing I worry about in those cars is if somebody comes in and hits you, you die like it's 1968. There's no crumples. There it is. Look at that.
It's like a couch. It's like a fucking couch.
Yeah.
That has
air conditioning in it too.
I love those thin, it's just old school, the thin steering wheels, bigger, and they're a little bigger.
Yeah.
Nice
engine. I'm a Ford guy, dude. I love those things. So anyway, thanks, Andrew. I've been watching all of these old like 70s like cop shows and like the buddy movies, like Thunderbolt, Lightfoot, going through some Dirty Harry movies. I watched a bunch of Burt Reynolds shit. It's kind of how I'm like handling the end of the pandemic. I'm going back to a time when my life was simple. Not saying the world's life was simple, but my life is a little friggin' redheaded kid, like the 70s, collecting football cards and shit. I just go back and I look at, it was funny, I'm watching those movies and I'm just looking, going like, my babysitter had a red, she had either a red Galaxy or she had a red Custom 500. But she had it in like the early 70s, so it was kind of like 5-6 years old. So
HelloFresh. What is HelloFresh? With HelloFresh, you get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh cuts out stressful meal planning and grocery store trips so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in about 30 minutes or less. Try meals ready, 20 minutes or less, lightning prep recipes, and quick breakfasts and lunch, perfect for your busy schedule. HelloFresh offers 25 plus recipes to choose from each week, from vegetarian meals to craft burgers and extra special gourmet options. There's something for everyone to enjoy, with all recipes designed and tested by professional chefs and nutritional experts to ensure deliciousness and simplicity. HelloFresh fresh ingredients are sourced directly from growers and delivered from the farm to your front door in under a week, contact-free, of course. HelloFresh has been named Newsweek's most trusted meal kit company of 2021 with over 4 million households served. Get better value. HelloFresh is 28% cheaper than shopping at your local grocery store, 72% cheaper than a restaurant meal without sacrificing the quality. My wife, it's one of the favorite things that we do because we always argue about what we're going to eat. So when it's there, she just takes out one of the kits and that's what we do. She absolutely loves it. Cook delicious meals, saving time and money. Try America's #1 kit, meal kit today. Go to HelloFresh.com/12better and use 12better for the code for 12 free meals, including free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/12better and use code 12better for 12 free meals, including free shipping. We have it. We love it. It's easy. And the food is delicious.
All right. It's Upstart, everybody. You know, when it comes to paying off debt, it can often feel like an uphill battle. High interest rates resulting in minimum monthly payments keeps you in an endless cycle of debt. Yeah, they got you enslaved because they're piece of shit bankers. Sorry, let me read this again. I'm sorry. I get too upset. Upstart. When it comes to paying off debt, it can feel like an uphill battle. High interest rates resulting in minimum monthly payments keep you in an endless cycle of debt. Surprised that it's even legal. These pieces of shit. Upstart can help you get ahead. Are you carrying a credit card balance month after month? Well, you're not the only one. High interest rates make it hard to pay off your debt, but Upstart can help. Join the thousands of happy borrowers who made that final payment. Do you dread looking at your credit card statement every month? We don't blame you. Upstart can lift that weight off your shoulders so that you can finally feel the relief of being free of credit card debt. Upstart is a fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan all online. Whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high interest debt, or funding personal expenses, over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get a simple fixed monthly payment. Yeah, less interest than what you're paying on the credit card. But then the key is once you get that loan, don't run up more debt on your credit card, or else you're doubly fucked. Unlike other lenders, Upstart looks at more than just your credit score, like your income and your employment history. This means they can offer smarter rates. With trusted partners. With a 5-minute online rate check, you can see your rate up front for loans between $1,000 to $50,000. You can receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payment today when you go to upstart.com/better, BETTER. All right, let's get into it.
All right.
Paul, I don't know what I'm talking about. I just want to go back out on the road and do some fucking shows.
You know what though, man? It's like, I'm getting like that too. I remember when I would stay at my dad's house, I would go to the movie theater alone. A movie theater is like a kind of a sanctuary for me. I think when my parents are divorced, we visit. I just love going to the movie theater. I would go to anything too. I remember being alone at like 12, 13, and I just sat in the movie. A river runs through it. These fucking guys are like fucking fly fishing, and I'm just sitting there. But there's something about like the simplicity of that. And yeah, man, and in a weird way, I'm going to miss this pandemic because something happened that never happened in my life before, probably never going to happen again, which is a good thing because obviously people wouldn't be dying. But dude, I stayed home with my kids every day. And then me, Stacy, and the kids would play card games at night, every night.
Yeah.
And we would play the games, and then we got competitive. So we wrote on a notebook who won, who was the champ. We'd talk some shit. We would eat. We would do the whole thing, watch a movie. Then the next day, and it's like, and I got that time back that year. And now I see the traffic going back down to the city, going to the airport. Things are open.
Yeah, but you don't have to go back because that's how I look at it. I'm not going back to the crazy way I used to work. I'm not doing that anymore. Like, I'm going to do like my stand-up gigs, but that whole thing where like so many times when I would come on to promote something, they'd be like, how do you have time to do all of this stuff? And I would think like, what, man, I'm just like working and stuff. And now I realize what it really was I had like these depression issues. And that's how I stayed ahead of it, by just keeping my brain busy.
Yeah.
Doing shit jokes and trying to write scripts and stuff. But now I'm kind of like, I really do. I fucking do, Paul. I worked my way through all of this shit in the last 6 months. Like, for the first time in my life, I can honestly say I'm not an angry person anymore. I still have a temper. I still fucking flip out, but I don't go as crazy. And I can also get out of it.
Yeah.
Like I used to get fucking pissed, and I couldn't, and I'd be in my brain going, dude, stop. And I couldn't. It was like I had Tourette's, and I was just fucking gripping that steering wheel, dude. And I could not get out of it. I couldn't get out of it. And now I have like, yeah, dude, it's fucked. I actually know who I am now.
Hey, better now than fucking when you're fucking 70, 80 laying down, fucking old man.
Dude, if I was the way I was at 70, I would have been that, hey, you fucking kids. I would have been that dude. So,
yeah. Dude,
yeah, so I have like a weird thing now, Paul, where it's like I don't even know what the fuck to talk about anymore because I'm not even like, nothing really pissed me off this week. And that's always been like the springboard for my shit. So I think, Paul, I'm going to dry up pretty quickly as a comedian. It's going to open up a slot for you to come in, and I'll be opening for you, I think, about this time 2023.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I was in the car today, and my wife and I, right? Me and my wife are doing good, but she went away for a girls' weekend, right? And I said to her, I said, dude, when you come back, it's on. We're going to get a little romantic, So then she comes back.
I hope you didn't say it that way. We're going to get a little romantic, that little little snap of the head there. Hey, when you come back, it's on.
We're getting
get a little romantic.
And then I come home and, things happen and it didn't happen. And now I'm on the road for 5 days. So, dude, I almost for the first time in my life, Bill, I swear to God, this is true. I never, ever in my life sent a dick pic, ever. My dick is not out there in the universe because I always said that I would never have my dick out there. I almost just was sitting on the hotel bed, just getting my phone. And I was like, should I just send her a dick pic and tell her it's on when I come home? And I'm not doing that. I'm not
How
doing
can
it.
women send their men out on the road like that? Look what it's making you do.
No, I couldn't, man. You know, I could, when she came home, we really couldn't for, you know, reasons that I don't want to, you know, but I couldn't anyway.
Well, Jesus, Paul, rub one out for Christ's sake. You're thinking crazy out there.
Yo, I never sent a dick pic in my life, dude. I'm proud of that. I'm fucking proud of that, dude. It's not out there. And all these guys like, why, man, just fucking joke around. It's like, no, because it's somewhere. It's fucking somewhere. Your dick is somewhere out there. I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking.
Everything is out there.
No, then you get fucking divorced. She's like, little dick photoshops. I worry about shit like that. You know, if she could just be like, shrink it down. You little
that
dick.
would be like classic vindictive shit.
Yeah.
They then take the dick pic that you send. Oh my God, I can't wait to jump on that. Then you get divorced. Look, is it any wonder I got divorced? Look at this fucking thing, you know? They put a little propeller hat on it.
Oh, speaking of propeller hats, Andrew, let's do what we wanted to do.
Dude, I got to make sure the fucking heat isn't on down here. It's all of a sudden got fucking hot as shit in here.
Andrew, we have to. I love Bill's seat has the gold outline. Yeah. I love the fucking gold outline with the fucking whatever that is, felt or suede. I like.
She had it set to like fucking 73. It's May. What are we doing here? Thought I was having menopause.
Anything better, fans? First of all, you fans are the best. Thank you so much. Please continue to send in your ratings, your reviews. Get anything better. Subscribe on the YouTube channel and get it on iTunes, Spotify, everywhere you get your podcasts. The numbers are great. Moving up. Please tell a friend. Spread the word. We love doing the show. And now it only took 17 fucking episodes. But guess what, everybody? Anything Better has artwork.
17 episodes is quick. I still don't have artwork from the Monday Morning Podcast.
Not sure you ever really wanted artwork for the Monday Morning Podcast.
No, that wasn't a dig at you. It's like,
no, I
don't want merch. I don't want to do any of that.
There it is, everybody. There it is.
Oh, this is a hat she's going to put on the tip of your dick, Paul, someday if you get divorced.
And we're also going to have merchandise. We're going to put merchandise up. This is kind of just be the logo of when you see the podcast, but the merchandise will have some of the other stuff, the older stuff too. But I like it. You know, at first I was like, oh, we're going old school. But then I like how they gave you the helicopter kind of pilot thing. I got my sneakers on over there. I don't know what we're looking at, but I like it. I definitely think it's great.
We're looking at the ratings, Paul.
We're looking at the ratings.
The ratings just rising up.
No, we're looking at the banner that's going up at the Garden when the Knicks fucking win it. That's what I'm pointing at.
You're gonna have a banner for making it to the second round.
Shout out to the artist Ryan J. Ebelt, and and we'll have posters, limited edition soon. So yeah, we'll have some fun stuff.
No, we're gonna have some stuff, and then we'll get a little merchandise store there for you people, so you could wear your summer shirts that say anything better.
Virzi, you had a lot of people supporting you on your Son of Sam thing.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing about it. Let me just, I was thinking about something. I'm glad you brought that up. I think I worded it wrong.
Yeah, when you said there was DNA evidence, I think that's where you worded it wrong.
No. What I said was, because here's all of what it is. And first of all, the guy, unfortunately, that was the guy that was doing the report on the satanic groups and all that stuff. He passed away, I want to say in the 90s in Yonkers, the hospital I was born in, actually. But the documentary doesn't really say anything different that we didn't know. It just adds an element. Like the Son of Sam is still the Son of Sam. David Berkowitz is still the guy. Okay. All that he was saying was those groups in that park in Yonkers that were doing satanic shit, which is already documented. My mom knew about it. Everybody in Yonkers knew about it, and the cops knew about it. And the sacrificing of the dogs and the weird shit when they did have the bodies of the dogs and the bones and all that shit that Berkowitz was part of. He was just saying that other people were at the murders and some other people took part of the murders, which Berkowitz admitted. So there's no big different cracked case. It's just added.
No, he admitted it, Paul. It's just something he said. And what I'm saying is it's a guy who's talking to dogs.
Right. But he also later said that the dog thing was bullshit. He goes, I just said that because he wanted his lawyer to use the insanity plea. Because he basically wanted to go to a mental institution instead of doing a maximum security prison. He actually told John Douglas that was bullshit. So I'm not going to try to.
I mean, look, it's a guy in jail.
Yeah.
Saying he didn't do everything that they fucking said he did. Now, that's pretty much every guy in jail.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think I've ever seen a guy be like, yeah, I did all of that shit. I did even more shit. It's always I did less shit. It was fucking somebody else. And then I just didn't understand, like, the cops had to cover it up because then they found out there was more people. It's just like, well, good on you. Good for you to keep sniffing around. Go get them. Who gives a fuck? It was such a random act. They weren't connected. It wasn't like they protected the other people. They just got this lunatic who said he was talking to dogs. They were like, all right, this is the fucking guy. And they threw him away. Yeah. And then the other guys, conveniently just immediately stopped their hunger to murder people they caught him. So now we're just going to be fucking regular citizens?
No. But that's what the thing said. The other guy committed suicide and the other guy died in a car accident, all within like a year, the first year that he got caught. That's what he was talking about. So listen. Yeah,
I ain't going with the call.
I get it.
He did it with these other two guys who immediately died afterwards within a year, and I proved it. Paul, documentaries. I watched that fucking one with the fat guy there who fucking thinks anybody who wears a blue tie is the shit.
Who?
The Michael Moore.
Oh, how did you?
I watched his documentary, and he made me think like there weren't any bad people in Canada, and that you can leave the door wide open, and we grab some maple syrup. He did that because he wanted to vilify what he wanted to vilify. You have to understand, Paul, when these guys make these fucking documentaries, this is what they do for a living. This is how they pay for their fucking house. So what they have to do is they got to ramp it up so the thing makes enough fucking money so that they then can make another one, because that's what they do.
No, I understand. Listen.
It's like Oreo. They kept making Oreos for a while, then they go to double stuff. Then they made triple stuff. Now they're sticking strawberry in there.
Yeah, look. I like crime shows. So if you like the Michael Moore shit, the political ones, I like crime shows. And for me, I was just like, oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting take.
What happened was I watched the Michael Moore one, and then I was going to Canada, and then that's when I was just like, fuck these documentaries.
You watched the gun one. You watched the one where he said every house has a gun.
Yeah. Oh, and that shit where he went to the bank. And they're like, oh, hey, we're the big Hollywood guys. And they just let him do this. But they didn't. He just let him do that because he had the cameras and shit. And then the way he edits it.
Yeah.
He's doing it. It was like on the old school Daily Show where the guy doing the interview knows it's a joke, but the other person doesn't. You can always make that person look like an ass.
Name a worse kept millionaire than Michael Moore.
I mean, I don't know, but like all of that shit, whenever someone's going up and they have cameras and they know it's a joke and the other person doesn't, it's a rigged game. And you can someone could do that to me in 2 seconds. Like, dude, I'll tell you this right now, where I thought I was on camera yesterday. I swear to God, this is true. This was like I was in a fucking movie. I was driving up on Mulholland, right?
Love that street. Love that.
I came around the corner, the middle of the day, 2 chicks oiled up, walking a dog down the street with like the fucking boy shorts, all their booty ass out, right? and then like the fucking string over the nipples for a thing, walking a dog. And I was like,
Bill, I told you I haven't seen my wife in a while.
Paul, I came around the corner, like their bodies glistening. They'd put oil on themselves.
What?
And I came driving around the corner. I went, what the fuck? And then immediately I was like, this is a prank show? Or somebody's stealing a shot right now for a movie?
Oh, shit.
There's no way. Because back in the day, maybe some chicks would do that, hoping some super powerful person be like, hey, do you need an agent? They don't need to do that anymore. They can do that as Instagram models or whatever.
Dude, I picture you slipping off the road and the cops come and they're like, what happened? Officer, I don't know. A couple days.
I would tell them what happened.
It was oil. Oh, dude,
I would have fucking told them exactly what happened. I drove around the corner. There was two chicks basically naked walking a fucking dog. I thought I drove into a porno and they forgot to close the set. Dude, you know what it reminded me of? Do you remember Eddie Murphy in the beginning of Beverly Hills Cop when he walks down the street and then he sees those two guys dressed in the all leather and he stops and he laughs or whatever? Like, I guess we're in LA, right? All of that shit. That it was like I've been out here forever.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, that would have thrown me. That would have fucking thrown me. Especially like, because you're just like,
you know what I really liked? I liked is that after I turned the corner, seeing these people driving up and just seeing a few of them, like, that guy's gonna lose his fucking mind in about a fucking quarter of a mile. He has no idea.
Dude, I went to the liquor store and there was this woman in front of me, just full like yoga pants, workout thing, and like really like curvy woman and stuff. And I grabbed a bottle of wine and I walk up and she's talking to the guy at the counter. And there was like a line of people. And the guy at the counter was like, yeah, so-and-so. They're talking about a mutual friend. They know, yeah, how's he doing? He's doing good. They're just talking. And she just grabs it. She goes, okay, bye, thank you. And he just went, dude, he leaned over and just stared at her ass. And that made me I just kind of did this because it was like as obvious as could be not watching another man do that. And I went like this, and then he looked at me looking, and we kind of I looked and like I kind of just smirked and I looked down because I don't want to embarrass him. And as he's bagging my shit, he's just looking at me smiling. And he goes, you know, what can I do? What am I going to do? I just bursted out. I just bursted fucking out laughing because it was what am I going to do? She's talking to me. Her ass is out. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's dude, summertime. It's it's that time, you know, in New York. I'm in Florida right now.
I'm sorry I brought this subject up. I thought you were amped up about the fucking Knicks. Jesus, Paul.
No, I'm gonna yeah, it's funny, man. Hey, man, my wife would be happy. I'm thinking about her. You know, it is what it is. I don't know. All right, man. Let's
regroup, talk. Paul. Let's
regroup.
Let's get the car back on the road.
Well,
you remember that movie 10? Okay? Remember that movie 10 when Bo Derek was jogging in slow motion down the beach?
I know the poster. I didn't see the movie.
I know. Sorry, I'm old. I brought up one from a fucking long time ago. Dude, I took my daughter to go see Toy Story. And
nice.
I had fucked up like a year and a half ago before the pandemic. I took her to see Dumbo, thinking it was like the kid version, but it was like the cool adult scary one. And we had to like leave because she got too freaked out within the first 6 minutes. I felt bad. We grabbed the popcorn and all of that. Then I go to take her to see Toy Story, thinking I'm all right. But I was going to ask you as a veteran parent here. We go to see Toy Story. Dude, the what do they call them? The previews for the other movies were ridiculous.
You mean like good?
No, like adult. They weren't
Oh,
showing like Saving Private Ryan. They showing like Cruella de Vil. And she's looking, I'm Cruella de Vil, looking all fucking like some crazy broad running down the street.
oh
Right? And it's
shit.
just like, my daughter's like fucking putting her hands up, getting all freaked out and shit. And it's like, I'm like, and I'm thinking in my head, like, all right, I get this. I get it. This is advertising. They're like, okay, well, these kids didn't come here by themselves. They came with the adults. Let's show them something that maybe they'll come back with their partner and go see, right?
Yeah.
So I forgave him for that. But then we get into Toy Story, and everything was good until that little bastard next door, Sid, starts like, blowing up his toys and shit. And it was weird because my daughter had seen it before. She goes, I don't want to see Sid. I'm like, you don't want to see Sid? Well, you've seen this before. You're all right. You're all right. Fucking hands over her eyes. And I just said, you want to get out of here? And she just goes, yeah. So I've taken my daughter to 2 movies, and I think we've been in the movie theater from the start of the movie, probably a full, maybe like 25 minutes, 2 movies. First movie, we were out in like 6 minutes. And the second movie, about 18, 19, somewhere around the 20-minute mark. She just like tapped out. I'm like, all right. But I feel bad because, dude, I left. I said, maybe we can come back next week. They're showing like this little cartoon one because I felt really bad. And she goes, Dad, I don't want to go to movies anymore. I was like, oh no, I ruined it.
That's so cute. She's innocent. It took my kids about 4 or 5 years old. And I remember the first movie we ever took them to was like Madagascar 3. It was just the animals talking. But my daughter would go like this. Is it over? I want to leave. I don't like it. And then anytime apart like that. And then now she's just like, now they just don't want anything really scary.
Because you know what it is? It's their first time they're seeing a movie and they don't know that they're going to work it out. They're taking that ride like the toy car is going to die or like Sid is going to fucking do something. But I mean, you got to have that. You got to raise the stakes, as they say, to make the story be compelling and continue to move forward. So I just realized I'm not going to bring her back for like another year and a half. I'll wait till she's like 5.5, 6, and then I'm just going to get a straight up rated G movie. Those motherfuckers better not be showing any of that PG-13 shit. Dude, Cruella de Vil, that looked like some fucking movie Angelina Jolie would make. Like that looked like some which is cool. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but like to have your kids sitting there.
Dude, the fucking
Starburst trying to fucking hide behind it.
The Witch and the Wizard of Oz fucked me up till I was 12, dude. Something happened. I saw it young and it freaked me out. And then like even when I was like 9 or 10, when it would come on again and her part would come on, because I think I saw The Witch when I was young, and it fucking freaked me out, dude. She was good. And the funniest thing was, I talked about this on the Virzi Effect years ago, or a podcast years ago, how The Witch of the Wizard of Oz freaked me out. And somebody sent me her as an actress on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And she was the sweetest she was an old woman. She was dressed beautifully, dressed like to the nines. And she's sitting there and she's talking to Mr. Rogers. She couldn't be more nice and polite. And I was just like, holy shit. Like it just totally relieved me of it. Wow. Yeah. But you're gonna feel, and I don't want to act like the parent that's like, I fucking know this is gonna happen. But
dude, I asked you, you're not dumping this on me. I asked you as a veteran parent.
You're gonna feel his and her everything. Like, by the way, news, some people were asking, my daughter Sophia did make the team. When I said based on today, she fucking got a
based
call.
On today. If it's based on today.
If today it's about to. So, dude, we got the call and she was with her grandmother. So we told her grandmother, don't tell her. We're going to FaceTime her. And Lucas FaceTimed her. And she's in the back seat. And Lucas goes, Sophia, I got to tell you something. And she just goes, what? And it's been days. So she forgot about it. And he goes, you made the team. And dude, she just I watched her brain. She processed it. And then she smiled and started blushing. And she goes, I did. And dude, I was just dude, it was and I was like, I'm so proud of you. And she was so happy. But Lucas's coach goes the other day and literally, Lucas, I want you out, because Lucas usually plays second base and he's starting to migrate away from baseball. He's kind of doesn't want to do it anymore. So they take him out of second base, go, Lucas, you're in the outfield. Dude, I'm in the bleachers. Stacy's away on a girls' weekend, and I'm just sitting in the bleachers. And dude, sure enough, The pitcher literally goes, this kid hits far, go back. Lucas goes back, almost towards the fence, like 200 something feet. And this big fat fuck got the plate. He fucking boom. And all of a sudden it just going to my son. And and it wasn't one of those things where like they migrate together and fuck. It was like, it was hard enough and straight, and it's Lucas with his glove up, and it's him or not. And he just fucking takes it out of the sky and throws it. And I'm going, whoo, right? Like it was nuts. Then the next play, there's another out. Then the third out comes to him and he catches that. And I'm going like, I was just like, and we were like working on the pop-ups in the yard. But that shit with your son and daughter, anything they feel, you're going to be like right there with them, dude. Like right there with them. I might as well have
So
been.
did she make a baseball team or the hockey that she's doing?
No. She's can't do ice hockey yet because she's learning how to skate right now. Now she's skating backwards, and now she's going with the puck back.
I saw those videos, dude. That's exciting. She looks good too. Like she looks like she's going to be able to play.
Yeah, she loves it. And no, she made a travel flag football team that her friend goes, why don't we do it? And she's like, all right. And then
that's why you were talking about her throwing the football. She threw that bullet.
She's throwing the football. So yeah, so she made that. So, dude, I got my kids in hockey. My daughter's in ice hockey and flag football. My son's playing Little League, but I think he's going to migrate over. He's going to do basketball and maybe golf, you know? So who knows, dude? It's just
dude, I'm wondering if your daughter being into hockey finally gets you to watch the Rangers.
I know she wants me to take her.
Okay, I got some hookups over there. Let me know.
Yeah, she said, Dad, like I want, she goes, you could take Lucas to Knicks, but you got to take me to hockey. So I said, we'll do it. So she might be the thing that gets me into hockey. But Bill, we needed to talk about something on episode 17 here that Andrew Themeles brought to our attention. There's a guy in China who bought a sports team. He's the James Dolan.
I got to see this guy. I've heard about this.
And he put his son on the team, who has no business being on the team, where it's all athletes, and then just an out of shape, like doesn't belong there, kicking the ball in the wrong direction.
How old is this kid?
I don't know.
What level is this? Is this pro? He bought the team.
Andrew, are you there?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. 1 second.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
That's awesome.
Could you imagine if like Robert Kraft just fucking threw his family member on the base?
Football's the one thing, American football anyway, you wouldn't do that because he's going to get really fucked up. But it is funny if you put him on a pro baseball team, he just goes up there with like the bat on his shoulder, strikes out in 3 pitches.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, this is great.
Is his son number 7?
Of course he is. That doesn't look like a pro athlete. He doesn't even look like a ref.
Yeah, this is the highlight reel.
No.
Get out of the way, you fuck.
He just fucking kicked it.
Oh, they got to kick it. He sends it right back. Hey, at least he's not selfish.
Look at this fucking.
Oh, the poor kid. I feel bad for this kid. That's a nice kick.
Yeah.
He set it up all right. Dude, but what if this kid leans out? I got to tell you, man, that's a decent kick. It's a decent pass.
Just bad placement. Yeah, it's just bad placement.
I think this, he doesn't want the ball. He doesn't want to run either.
All right, so Bill, here's the question.
Yeah, he's wondering if the guy on the other team is going to take him out.
Yeah, I mean,
but he's got to be a power forward here, man. That's what he needs to do. He needs to use that weight. Got the arm out for the balance. He's showing him which way to kick it.
And then he just pointed. Hold on.
He is. He's he's a coach. I think he's more of a coach. Send the ball that way.
Andrew, so what's the question now? If our fathers.
Yeah, like if you had to put your kid on a team, like what sport would you make? What position? What sport? If it had to be you, I mean, we've asked this question before. What do you think you could handle in a pro sport? Paul, you said you think you could throw.
No, I think I wouldn't want to be embarrassed like that because it's like you think you have a good arm until you're with people with a good arm. So I think the only thing if my dad owned like an NBA team and he was like, I'm putting you on it, I would just be like, try to be like the 12th man, like just like garbage minutes, go in like a minute, 15 seconds, you're down 20. I'd
Up
try
20
to
and down 20. They put you in.
Shoot a 3 here or there.
Dude, if that's the only time he puts you in, they'd love you. If you hammed it up, the crowd be going, boss's son, boss's son, boss's son. Have you go in there, do a couple of these.
And if you hit a 3, if I hit a 3, oh my God. What would you do, Bill? If your dad owned a team and he'd put you on it, what would
Basketball's where I'd want to go because you wouldn't get fucked up. You know what I would do? I would fucking baseball
pitch,
and I would just swing out of my fucking. I would start swinging during his windup, and just hope I got lucky.
How about this,
anyway, dude? If he throws it hard enough and you're swinging hard enough, you'll make it go off the wall, dude. You could get it out there. But my thing is, I would have my bat speed is so slow. I would have to be like right here as the guy was going back into the windup.
What about pitching out of the bullpen? That would be cool. If your dad was like, you're gonna.
My dad owned a baseball team. I might try to learn how to throw a knuckleball.
I
don't have to throw it fast.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Definitely could. Hockey's out. You couldn't do hockey.
Football is just, you can get fucked up. Even if you're like a place kicker, having to catch that thing, set it down, spin it, and put your fucking, the skill set of that is crazy. Hockey, fuck that. Fuck hockey, fuck football.
Soccer like that.
I'm not wearing going basketball because I'm not going to be like, look at your fucking white legs. I ain't dealing with that too. I would go baseball.
Pinch hitter. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. There's no way I'm going out in the field.
That's my
Don't hit it to me. Don't hit it to me.
Wait, what would you say, Andrew?
If that's the one thing I have the audacity to say, I think at the right circumstances I could steal a base in Major League Baseball. I'm pretty fast. I'm talking some shit, but that's the one thing I think I can steal a base.
Oh, I like it.
All right, I like that. Okay, he thinks he can steal a base. What do you think you could do, Paul, at a professional level?
I think if I went into an NBA game, garbage minutes, I can knock down a 3.
With an NBA player guarding you.
Like I'm saying, like if they clear both benches and the game is over and it's that time, like you said, when they're chanting, Paul in, shit, Paul in.
Virzi.
So
all right, so he's playing garbage defense. He's sort of there. He's going to go like that, but he's not locking you down.
I'll take a step back even further and launch one. And God willing, it goes in, and it's a huge deal.
Do you start backpedaling the second you leave it? I know the second it leaves your hand, I know you're backpedaling.
100%.
You're going to do it, and when it goes in, you can do that little point to the assist guy. You got to do that too to complete it.
Yeah, and then I'm going to run back like it's time to get back on defense. Like there's a way we could get back into this because I'm going to will us back.
Yeah, because you're going to make the 12 team All-Star, starting both ways.
Yeah. I would love that, dude. If my dad owned a team, but listen, I wouldn't want.
What I think I could do? What? On a 4th and goal, I could slip off the line and catch a pass. I'm not fast, but if no one's paying attention to me, I can catch as well as I can't run.
Could you gain a yard or two if you play?
I don't need to. See, that's why I'm on goal. I'm in the end zone. The second I catch it, the play's over. Don't hit me.
I'd probably break my ribs. I think I could get 2-3 yards on a carry.
All right. Because they blew the hole open? Or you're actually think you could fake a guy out? I know for goddamn sure. I would average -4 yards. When a fumble every carry.
When me and you went to the Yale Bowl and we saw Princeton play Yale, and I was joking. I made Berkowitz laugh when I go, the guy playing safety is going to be the director of the CIA. Those guys, I felt like I could get in that game. I'm not even joking. When I watch that game, I go like, if with like a training camp, I could play with a couple of these kids, a couple of them.
Yeah, I think maybe at that level, but I don't. I'm trying to think of something that I could hit. Maybe like maybe I go to the rack and I get fouled. Hit a foul shot with everybody. Could you hit one with everybody screaming and yelling and shit? That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Hitting a foul shot. I mean, hitting a foul shot at the Garden packed with everybody wanting you to do it. That's a lot. I might go 1 for 1. I may miss the first one because of nerves, and then just get my form and elbow up and try to knock down a second.
All right, at your peak, Paul. At your peak, with the right opportunity and coaching, what's the highest level in whatever sports you feel you could compete at?
And I'm 5'8". I'm my height now, or
yeah.
I think at my height now, I think the best that I could do, I probably
no. Back then, the height of your skills, you made the high school team. So, what level college team realistically do you think you could have made?
No, I think it would be football. I think it would be football, and I think I would probably go Division II or Division III in football.
Division II, yeah, I don't know. Willis Whalen played like Division II or III, but the level, dude, that jump from high school, to college is huge. Because it's like every dude that was a beast is then part of a team that they're not even a beast on. Then there's the beast of those beasts, just at that level with each level. That's why I feel like it ends at the high school level.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I don't even know that I wouldn't even. I just wasn't fast enough. I wouldn't have started.
My mom moved me at a critical time in high school, and I just didn't want to play with the kids, so I didn't even bother trying out for stuff. But when I was like really at my peak of sports, it was probably football. And football coaches were like, "Oh, dude, when you moved, we had plans for you," because I had a good arm. So in junior high,
you have a great arm.
But my height would have restricted me.
I think maybe baseball. But I never got to the level where I actually dealt with somebody throwing like off speed or like curves and shit like that.
Dude,
like, what I liked about baseball is you didn't have to be fast and you could still play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could catch anything in the outfield, but like my thing, I just had no fucking wheels. Like I had to hit a double to get a single.
Yeah. You know Chris DePetta, right?
Yeah.
So his son does comedy now. His son, Don. Hilarious kid, nice kid. But his son was in the minor leagues for pros. And we're hanging out in a green room one time. And Chris would always brag about his son. And now his son's doing acting and stand-up, and he's great. He's funny, but he was going pro in baseball, or like was on a minor league team in baseball trying out for pro teams. And he told
just
me
how good you have to be just to get to that level.
Yeah, like he's playing minor league ball. And he said he got up to another level. And he was like trying to be a pro ball player. And he's telling me this shit in the green room. And he's so funny. He's Italian kid, so he's animated. And he goes, dude, I'm in the fucking box. And he goes, and I get up there. He goes, the pitcher just fucking throws a fucking laser. And he goes, and it's going to hit me. And he goes, and then it just dropped in for a strike. And he said, at that moment in the box, he goes, oh, this is as far as I'm going to get in baseball. This is the level. Because he knew that it was like over. But the way he describes it, he goes, oh, this is it.
Dude, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
I know that feeling.
In what?
When I was playing drums and I was thinking I was going to get in a band and maybe be in a fucking rock band or something like that.
Yeah.
I went into the music store and I saw some little kid that had it. And I just knew from that moment, I was like, this is a hobby. Like I could really roll the dice here and be good enough and lucky enough that I fall in with a bunch of guys that are so good that if I just kept solid time, we could get somewhere. But even then, at some point, we get into a studio and have to record, and I would just be the weak link. And if you're a weak link as the drummer, you're out. You're out. I think they can work around, some of the other players, but it's just like this guy's just not making it happen. Then I'd be in my head, I'd feel the pressure, and I would have like a fucking imploded.
Yeah, dude,
I know, dude. That's one of those things that led me to being a comedian. Was that like that's a very self-aware, brutally honest thing with yourself when you have to be honest that like I can't do this. Like this is not my calling.
Right.
Like I don't have it. And it's like that happened to me in sports, that happened to me in math, that happened to me in music, that happened to me in sales, and it just kept eliminating options. It just got down to like, what am I good at? I'm good at being a fucking idiot and making people laugh and telling stories. So either I become like a writer, which just sounded like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Or I just go on stage. Yeah, I don't want to work.
You don't want to work.
Yeah. So like just knowing what you suck at. Just knowing that you're not going to be one of the guys, one of the all-stars of this shit. You know right then it's just like the money's not coming.
Yeah. I was like that in math like you. I got a buddy. We played golf the other day. This guy's a cop in New York City. Okay. Played golf the other day. He won a junior college championship. Guy shot a 68 in front of my face. He was putting for eagle 3 times, and he won a fucking junior college championship. I never seen anything. I laugh when he drives. Like when he's on the tee box and he hits, I just look at him, I start laughing because that's how fucking good he is. And I said to him, I go, dude, how are you? He goes, nah, man, I wasn't a good enough putter. I mean, this guy can probably go to Augusta. Right. This guy could go to Augusta and probably shoot like he could fucking like, but it's not a good enough. Like low 70s is not like those guys can. That's the difference.
No, I knew a guy that was a downhill skier, and he missed making the Olympic team by like 1.1 seconds, and 1.1 second made him like the 200 something best guy. Like that's how like minute that whole like one little fuck up going down that it that takes a split something of a second away. Like once you get to that fucking level,
no, it's Michael Costa, over. The comedian Michael Costa. He just did a special on Comedy Central. He was a pro tennis player, and he was ranked like 500th in the world or something like that. And he said him playing Federer or Nadal would be like me or you playing him. He said it's like the dip is the drop off from those like top 25 guys is fucking insane. I know the guy that was a quarterback at Georgia Tech.
Right.
He didn't make the NFL. He was starting quarterback at Georgia Tech. He didn't make the NFL. So the Ravens tried him out for a slot receiver. Guy was a starting quarterback at a big school and just, not tall enough or whatever. So thank God for dick jokes. Thank God for dick jokes and telling stories. And my parents getting divorced when I was fucking 5 and it was brutal.
I know, dude. Hey, I got a new cigar for you.
Oh, I heard about it. Bobby Kelly. Did you give it to Bobby?
Yeah.
Bobby Kelly hits me up. He goes, dude, fucking Burr. He goes, dude, fucking Burr. Paul, he gave me a fucking cigar. He goes, I swear to God, it might be the best cigar I ever had in my fucking life.
Okay, I'm going to make sure I get the name of this cigar right. I think it's Principal. They're a boutique one out of, Principal Cigars.
Can I see the label?
They sent me...
Okay.
They're you can follow them on Instagram. Principal Cigars, PRINCPLE Cigars, all one word on. So they said they saw me on this thing and I was smoking a cigar, and they were like, Steve Harvey smokes our cigars. What we thought you should too, and they sent me a whole box of these right when I said I was quitting. They sent me a whole box and all of these. I gave some to Bert. Like I gave some to a comics, and I was trying to get rid of them. At one point, I'm like, well, I got to try one of them. Bobby came to town. We went over this comics house, John Stites' place. He goes, you can smoke in my apartment. And dude, I'm going to tell you this right now. He goes, you mind if I make something to eat? I'm hungry. So we're smoking these cigars. And me and Bobby lit them. And we're like, oh my God. Like he lit a Cuban. We're like, this fucking thing is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I was so excited because Bob is like deep into the cigar world that he actually loved the cigar. And then Stites comes over with a tomahawk steak, Paul. That is the top 2 steaks I ever had. Best steak I ever had was at Cut out here. The first time I went was fucking unbelievable. And then the second time I went was unreal, but it wasn't quite as good as the first time. His steak was in between that. And I was literally sitting in there going, John, your apartment is now my new favorite cigar bar and steakhouse. Because we sat there and it was funny, like all the other guys, like Bobby had a buddy of his writing partner with him, and Bobby was just like going like, man, I shouldn't eat this late. I don't want to eat this thing. We both tried to bite. We were like, oh, it was like he said, oh my, when Bob said, oh my God, to the steak, I was like, all right. So I had to try it. Then I go, oh my God. And then his buddy Spooky, I think is what he went by. Spook.
Oh, well, I'm coming. I'm coming out there. And
we're setting it up. We're already not only are we setting it up, he's showing me how he does his steaks. Because, dude, it was insane.
Oh, dude, I'm ready.
And there was no sides, dude. There was no sides. He just threw it down. You don't need them.
I told my wife like that. No, I told my wife. I fucking told my wife. It's always a side. It's like, let's make the meat. Anyway.
You went somewhere there, Paul.
It was a fight. Oh, she's going to get it. Anything better, Bill and I are going to be doing one in the studio together, sitting next to each other for the first time. Yeah. Oh, can we smoke in there?
Oh, absolutely. No, we're going to have a good time.
I'll cut a fucking steak on the show. You think I give a fuck?
Hey, dude, I got an anything better for you.
Yeah.
Is there anything better than figuring out why you're angry, what happened to you, and not being angry anymore? Dude, I feel like I lost 40 fucking pounds.
That's a big one, dude.
No, dude, I'm 53 years old. I finally figured out who the fuck I am. I now know why I did everything that I did, good and bad. Everything. All the puzzle pieces came together. It was like the end of a mystery.
How many apology phone calls you got to make?
A lot. Like if they ever wanted to reboot that fucking My Name is Earl. Oh, dude, I hurt a lot of people. People hurt me or whatever, but like, at least now understanding. So
yeah, that's great. Well, I know we're going to wrap this up here.
I got one more. Is there anything better than Josh Adam Myers after the Washington Capitals score an overtime goal, O-sheet for the winner, and he texts, "Are you okay?" And then the next fucking game, the Bruins win in overtime, and the Celtics knock the Washington Wizards out of the playoffs, and I don't text them anything. Oh. I know you're seeing this, Josh.
All right. Is there anything better than going home from being on the road for a while and giving it to your old lady the way you need to? Paulie's coming home, baby. No dick pics necessary. I'm sorry, guys.
Paul's coming home, and I'm bringing hell with me.
You hear me, Stacy? I'm bringing
hell with me.
Guys, this is
Tombstone Paulie.
This has been episode 17, guys. All plugs. This is guys.
Dude, that's what you send instead of the dick pic. You gotta send the fucking tombstone. What is the line? What is the exact line?
He goes like this. He goes, you tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me. You hear me? Hell's coming with me.
Yeah, you gotta send that. Send that to your wife.
We gotta have a clip of that.
Start stretching.
I'm gonna send her the video of me doing jumping jacks. That reminded me of Charlie Murphy, rest his soul. Anyway, guys, this has been episode 17. I will be this week, actually, when this comes out tonight. Side Splitters, 3 shows tonight at Side Splitters in Tampa, Florida. 1 tomorrow. Joe Bartnick is with me in Tampa. June 11th and 12th.
Bobby Jules Side Splitter.
June 11th and 12th.
Game at Legends Field.
the Vulcan Gas Company in Austin, Texas, June 11th and 12th. Only 2 shows. Tickets are going. And June 25th and 26th, I will be at Wise Guys in Salt Lake City, Utah. And my first theater gig, Bill, I'll be at the Wilbur Theater in October 22nd. Tickets are already being sold. And I want to sell that place out. COVID's going to be gone. And I'm bringing hell with me. You hear me, Boston? Hell's coming with me. This has been episode 17. What do you got, Bill? You got a big tour coming up this summer.
Yeah, it doesn't start for a while. I got Vegas coming up, and they're wide open at this point. So, which is good because we'll see what that does, and I think hopefully it'll be fine.
And tell them who's coming with you, Bill. Tell them who's coming with you.
The hell's coming with me?
Tell them
I got Rick D'Elia, who's the downhill skier I was talking about, and Al Ducharme, who does a bunch of voices on F is for Family, especially Little Anthony. Everybody loves that one that he does. They're both, I don't know if Rick is. I know Al's a big cigar smoker. I actually texted him about this cigar, and he's like, I got to smoke that. Do you know Al at all?
I met Al in New York before he moved.
All right, yeah. maybe the night we go over to Stites and we have the steak and everything, I'll invite him to come by. Great dude. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for you to get out here. All right, that's been the podcast. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Go Bruins, go Celtics, go Red Sox, go fuck yourselves. I'll see you. Shake up the world.